I now give the floor to the Deputy Permanent Representative of Algeria.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I wish to start by congratulating you, Mr. Chair, on assuming the leadership of the second committee, as well as other members of the Bureau. Wishing you all the success in steering the work of the committee during this session. You have our full support. Algeria aligns itself with the statement made by Iraq on behalf of the G77 and China, and by Guinea-Bissau on behalf of the African Group. Mr. Chair, with only 5 years ahead of the 2030 deadline of our agenda, millions of people are still living in poverty, facing persistent food insecurity, escalating conflicts, and ongoing humanitarian crises. Yet, we remain driven by hope that our efforts will advance sustainable development that meets our people's aspirations for living in dignity, security, and prosperity. It is now more essential than ever to intensify our common cooperation frameworks in an effective, sustainable, and equitable manner. Allow me, Mr. Chair, in this regard, to highlight the following key issues. First, strengthening multilateralism remains a priority for advancing durable solutions through inclusive dialogue, strong partnerships, genuine North-South, South-South, and triangular cooperation. Our joint work should be the cornerstone of cooperation frameworks that take into account the driver or the diverse needs and capabilities among countries. Second, our efforts must be united to reinforce macroeconomic frameworks by promoting a comprehensive reform of the global financial architecture in order to support developing economies in implementing their development programs effectively. Also, it is essential to enhance existing mechanisms to tackle debt-related issues to enable developing countries, especially, to actively respond to their development priorities. Furthermore, there is a growing need to ensure that international trade serves inclusive access to markets, particularly for developing countries, to promote equitable development. Third, without adequate funding, SDGs can't be achieved. We call for the effective implementation of the FFD4 Sevilla Compromise to mobilize additional, innovative, adequate, predictable, and accessible financing for developing countries, especially to achieve the SDGs. Fourth, in this era of accelerated technological innovation, bridging the digital divide must become a global priority. Capacity building for developing countries and technology transfer remain at the top of our priorities in order to advance digital transformation, including artificial intelligence, and ensure that developing countries are not left behind. Fifth, the climate crisis threatens the progress made on the path towards sustainable development. Hence, we must attach vital importance to addressing the dire consequences of climate change by renewing our commitment based on the principle of common but differentiated responsibilities. In this regard, we look forward to productive and fruitful outcomes at the COP30 to be held this year in Belém, Brazil, next November. Mr. Chair, the situation of Palestinian people must be granted the highest and urgent attention among all our priorities. At the unprecedented levels of food insecurity, starvation, and the destruction of civilian infrastructure persist, an immediate ceasefire in Gaza and safe and unhindered humanitarian access must be urgently reached to preserve what remains of human life, dignity, and international legitimacy. In conclusion, Mr. Chair, Algeria has made significant progress in terms of the Human Development Index and will seize the opportunity of presenting its voluntary national report on the status of the implementation of the Agenda 2030 at the upcoming 2026 High-Level Political Forum session to highlight those achievements, aiming at upholding its commitment to foster just, inclusive, and effective sustainable development that generate mutual benefits for all. I thank you.
I thank the Deputy Permanent Representative of Algeria.